Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Friday, the 10th of January, 2025. A good streaming day overall. Great stuff. Let's talk about how it all went. First off, the good news here is that there's more improvements to my setup. Even more improvements, if you can believe it. Remember how earlier this week I started having major issues with my OBS crashing because my leaderboard was malfunctioning? Well, guess what? I basically spruced up all my settings in OBS, my scenes and everything got reorganized. And as you can see, the leaderboard now works and the letters stay the same size. It keeps scrolling at the same size. It stays put. The leaderboard now seems to work so well. I've completely gotten rid of that dark bar that I used to put behind it. It just works so seamlessly now. Even with the level 1 podcast now, I'm actually able to go full screen without having that dark bar down there, and it looks a lot better, in my opinion, okay? So, good stuff there. I'm very happy that I was able to improve my setup, and it's going smoothly with that. Now, today on the podcast, we covered a few interesting topics. Notably, we watched the Like a Dragon Pirates in Hawaii Direct, which was about 13 minutes long, but I watched the whole thing, so I think my react was around 20 minutes long. It looks really good. Like, it does look really good, and I'm like, man, I want to play it. The bummer is, I don't know if people are going to watch it. Some of the people on the stream certainly seemed like they wanted me to play it, and they said they would show up. But, you know, people say that all the time. The question is, will that actually happen? Or is this a game where I really want to play it, but I see some dust there. I really want to play it, but if I play it, it's going to be a playthrough that no one shows up for, much like what happened with Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I don't want to have a second situation like that. If you remember, during Infinite Wealth, people were literally coming back to the streams and begging me to play anything but, if you could believe it. So it's up for debate. Please give it a look if you have not seen it yet. It's fun. I'm actually going to try to clip it out as a separate video as well tonight. So if you just want to see me reacting to that rather than watch the whole podcast, you can do it. Hopefully you'll enjoy. After that, oh, by the way, we also ordered Venezuelan food for today's episode of DSP Tries It. Then we jumped into Indiana Jones and The Great Circle. Now, today I had a lot of fun. We were exclusively in Siam, going around the jungle in the boat, doing all kinds of fun questing. And we found a whole bunch of side quests to do. We actually had a really interesting plot line where Indy met up with a former student of his, which was surprising. And they had this treasure hunt together. And then there was a twist in the plot that I didn't expect. And a bunch of other stuff happened too. Basically, lots of development of the plot. So we got to the point, all right, where I was raising money to buy a rebreather. But the weird part is, all of a sudden, during the course of the day, I checked my inventory and I had the rebreather. But my main mission blatantly says raise enough money to buy the rebreather. So how could I have it? And I had no clue what was going on. So we ended up doing missions. It was so weird. We ended up doing side missions that needed the rebreather. And I'm like, well, I didn't earn it. Am I doing side quests that are too far in that I shouldn't have yet because I didn't do the story missions yet? Anyway, so we did all these missions, and then at the end of the stream, I actually had raised enough money to buy the rebreather. And I was like, well, I already have it, but I guess I have to buy it to advance the plot. And I went to buy it, and the game won't let me buy it because I already have it. So I'm like, uh-oh. So people looked it up and said, yes, this is a known bug, and sadly, some people get soft locked in the game because of it, where you have to load a previous save. Well, I played 3+ hours today. I don't know where I got the rebreather or when it was added to my inventory. Like, I wouldn't even know where to go back. And I don't know if there's enough auto saves to even cover it because we played for a while. So I'm not exactly sure what to do. I'm going to be honest here. I'm a little nervous about the future of this playthrough. You know, I'm really liking the game. We've played it over 20 hours now. I think we're like 24+ hours in, and we are nearing the end. You know, people said it's between like 30, 35 hours. We're getting there. I certainly don't want to end my playthrough now. So I guess what we're going to do next time, we're going to try to find out where the next story mission is located past where you had to buy the rebreather, like where you had to use it. And we're going to just try to go and do the mission without having the mission and waypoint for it. Maybe you can just do it if you have the rebreather. And if that's the case, maybe we can save the playthrough and continue on. If not, I hate to say it, folks, this is sadly not in my power. I would have to wait for them to patch the game to fix this issue before we could continue the playthrough. And honestly, that would really suck. I like the game, and I've had it in the rotation for a month, and we're nearing the end. I want to finish it so that way we can have new games in the rotation, like, Dino Crisis, which everyone's waiting for, among other games. But I don't know what to do. So if anyone has any solutions, I'm begging for them. I want to advance and finish the game, and we're getting near the end. What we'll do is I'll keep it in the schedule for next week, but it's going to be a few streams away. I'll probably play it after Stalker, after Dark Souls. Hopefully within a few days, either they'll patch the game or a solution will be found, and this won't be an issue where I can't complete my playthrough. That would really be bad. So let's see what happens, okay? Anyway, good news. First stream, we hit the goals. We even exceeded the goals a little bit. We didn't double them, but we actually went above them. And that was very nice because after yesterday having a really slow day of support, it was great that we had a comeback day today. And then it was time for food for DSP Tries It. It was Venezuelan food, including a beef empanada, a chicken bowl with a variety of stuff, including fried plantains, seasoned white meat chicken, black beans, and seasoned rice, and also a unique dessert called the taqueño, of which I never had before. I didn't know anything about it. And then I went and tried it. I was like blown away. It was really, really good, in my opinion. So yeah, it was a really good meal. And I'm very happy that we tried Venezuelan food for the first time ever having it. It was a very successful DSP Tries It. You can see that video over on the DSP Reacts channel. That's at DSP Reacts on YouTube if you didn't check it out yet. So then I took my break, and when I came back on the late stream, it was time for Friday Night Fight Street Fighter 6 with Blanca. At this point, like literally, here's this game in a nutshell. If I face any low-tier or mid-tier character, the game is incredibly fun. There's mix-ups, there's traps, there's interesting trickiness, great close matchups, comebacks, and everything, okay? If I face any top-tier character, so we're talking Cammy or Ken particularly, but also that includes characters like Jury, Akuma, Bison. Basically, the game becomes completely unfun. Every single person who plays those characters plays them almost identically. They all have insanely safe hit strings, moves, patterns, and just things they can do with no risk and all reward. And essentially, you need to play the living crap out of the game to memorize the exact frame moments when you might be able to blow through something they're doing, or you have to get lucky. I mean it. Like, now the Cammies have gotten so bad, they all realize how insanely safe all of her moves are, and they're all just monstrously abusing this and getting away with ridiculous bad gameplay, but it's okay in Street Fighter 6. It's insane. For anyone who's ever played a fighting game and liked it, and you play this one at this level, it's like, this is stupid. But it's funny, because when I fought Chun-Li's, another Blanca, Zangief, mid-tier stuff, it was super fun. Everyone's having a good time. So that's the problem with the game. Is the top tiers are too dominant with easy mode gameplay. Too many idiots just play it nonstop and memorize these simpleton patterns. And unless you pick a top tier or you have played the game so much to memorize this insanely obscure frame when you can blow through or whatever, it's just not fun to play anymore. So I played tonight, and the funny part is, at first I started off bad, then I started winning, then it was kind of 50-50. By the end of the night, like, I was on a tear. Like, I actually had a good streak of wins at the end. And then we ran out of time, and I was like, well, what are you going to do? But overall, people are like, you should play the Marvel Collection next. Like, people actually are telling me they're enjoying watching me play the Marvel Collection way more than Street Fighter 6 because it seems to be a better game competitively. And I'm like, no shit. Yeah, the classic Marvel games are better than Street Fighter 6. They are. Like, Marvel 2 is much better of a fighting game than Street Fighter 6 is at this point. Street Fighter 6 has become broken, while, the old games are classics, right? So the next time that I play fighting games, it will be the Marvel Collection. And then we'll probably alternate. Here's the thing. I still do have fun playing with certain characters. Like, if I play with Dalzim or Honda, I seem to like the game, and here's why. Dalzim keeps the top tiers away. If I play well with Dalzim, usually I can keep them zoned, and then they're not abusive. With Honda, you do have the opportunity to take advantage of a dumb pattern player by doing things like his EX headbutt or, trapping them down with certain moves. He doesn't have a great anti-air, but he has some tools to get out of the situations, and he can kind of bully himself through the crap, while these other characters I'm using just don't have the opportunity. Like Blanca, oh Lord. Blanca, I hate to say, I just don't think I think he's like maybe mid-tier now, because now everyone knows how to get around his stuff. Multiple times tonight, an enemy was just right here in front of me, and I did EX Blanca Ball up, and it literally passed through them. allowing them to land and punish. And this happens with Chun-Li, this happens with Cammy, this happens with multiple characters who have these jump hitboxes that Blanca just can't hit. So they just abuse that and jump nonstop. You can't hit it. It's like, this is ludicrous. So, yeah, next time around when I do play Street Fighter 6, it'll be Honda, but I will be playing the Marvel Collection next, coming up on, I think it was like supposed to be like Tuesday night. That's what I'm going to be doing. Oh, and by the way, we did hit the support goal tonight as well. So it was excellent. You know, we were hitting the goals, both streams. We were having good gameplay. The only bummer was I don't know what's going to happen with Indy. I hope that we can continue with Indiana Jones. All right. Now, remember, everyone, I am not here tomorrow. I'm off from streaming. When I return on Sunday, it'll be a chill podcast to get everyone caught back up on what we did. And then it's going to be more Stalker 2 as a major stream. This will be very interesting because last time with Stalker 2, we had this plot line where basically this wishing contraption has changed reality, and we're wondering, are we in a dream? Are we not? Is what we're doing actually truthful? Because all hell is kind of broken loose, and everyone's like trying to kill each other and stuff, which is wild. So I'm not sure what's going to happen moving forward with the game. We are heading to a brand new part of the map we haven't been to before, so there very strongly could be changes and everything to the game now that we're heading to the second half of the plot. So we'll have to see, but that'll be fun. And then Sunday night will be Microsoft Flight Simulator, which we haven't done in ages. It's been weeks now. So a nice chill flight sim stream where people will be able to contribute and basically buy their tickets to fly somewhere with all of us as we relax and chill and interact. That'll be a really good one. But don't worry, this coming week we'll have more Indiana Jones, more Dark Souls with mods as I'm getting, further in and the game's getting better. More fighting games. Call of Duty's coming back. There will be episode 2 of Smart Guys, The Revival on Tuesday morning. Lots of good stuff coming up. Okay? Good stuff, good stuff. Thank you, everyone. What a great streaming day. What a great streaming week. This was a great week. You guys supported me in droves this week. I really appreciate everyone who supported all my content this week. Thank you so very much. I cannot wait to come back on Sunday, but in the meantime, be safe. Have a fun Saturday, and I will see you then. Peace out, everybody.